Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm really excited to share some of my self-care tips for the summer months. And I talk a lot about self-care here on my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I love to share some of my tips that I like to incorporate into my daily life. These are also some of the ways that I try to approach self-care holistically. So mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and my body as a whole, keeping my mind engaged, tapping into my curiosity and constantly learning, which keeps me excited and invigorated every day. And in the summer, I especially love to try out new things, get outdoors, and explore. I'm going to share several of my favorite tips, also some herbal remedies for beauty for the summer months, and also some of my self-care rituals for the summer months as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So my first tip is something that I know that we can all do, but sometimes it's easy to forget in our busy lives to find a meditation practice that works for you, that works for your life. And for me, one of my favorite things to do, especially in the summer months, is to just come outside and to take deep breaths and watch the trees move and watch them sway and listen to the nature sounds. And it's something I've loved doing my whole entire life since I was a child. It's really just about being present and trying not to let your mind wander or think about the things that you have on your to-do list, but to truly just sit and be present in the space that you are in. And I love the summer because I'll sit in my garden and sometimes I know it sounds kind of weird, but I'll just imagine I am a flower in my garden, or I'll just listen to the birds and watch the butterflies and watch all the creatures move. And it's such a peaceful place for me that I try to do this as often as I can. So that is one tip that I know all of us can tap into, because we all have access to nature to some degree or another, even if we don't have that space in our backyard. I grew up with a very, very small backyard, but I still loved to go outside, and my mom would have flowers in the backyard and I would listen to the birds. And that alone is just such a beautiful practice. So that is such a part of my everyday self-care routine in the summer months. My next tip is to create a summer bucket list. And this is all about using your imagination and some of the things you want to do. So it can be something as simple as just going for a walk in a new spot, or picking some flowers to make a bouquet. Maybe going on a treasure hunt to different thrift stores and seeing if you can find something great for $15. Or it could be something a little bit more extravagant. Get creative on how you can get excited for the summer. I had on my list that I wanted to paddleboard this summer, which I will be sharing a little bit of that later in this video. I wanted to take an adventure to Kentucky because we live really close to Kentucky. I wanted to try out 10 new recipes this summer. I wanted to plant some Eden roses. I want to catch a fish with my son, take my kids to the movies and get popcorn and soda, and go swimming with them. So even very simple things like finishing a few audiobooks, reading a certain book, meal planning, it could be anything that you want. And I also put on my list that I wanted to go on more adventures. Specifically, I wanted to go visit a few lakes near us and just take day trips to the lake. So I'm packing lunches for my kids and for us, and we are going to go to the lake. We actually spent 4th of July at Old Hickory Lake here in Tennessee, just outside of Nashville. In this summer especially, my kids are just getting to that age where I want to do more of these really fun daytime adventures and just adventuring in general. It is what brings me so much joy to just have fun and tap into my inner child, like almost healing my inner child by being a parent and being present with my kids. So packing up everything, bringing all the yummy snacks and all of our favorite sparkling waters and everything, and hitting the lake. So ever since we moved to Tennessee, I've been talking about how I wanted to try paddleboarding. There's just a lot of really fun recreational spots out here. We've been exploring all of the different lakes and hikes. It's something that I've really been wanting to do. So for Mother's Day, my husband and sons surprised me with an inflatable convertible paddleboard. It has a chair so you can sit down and do kind of like a kayak, but I really wanted to try paddleboarding. So my other tip is to just keep moving. Find fun and creative ways to keep your body moving. In the winter, it's so much harder. I do like workouts at home and I go to the gym. But when the sun is out and the weather is great, it's just the best excuse to get outside and get your body moving. It could be a walk every evening or in the morning. It could be a hike. It could be super simple, or it could be something, a little bit different that you've never tried before. We spent the 4th of July at the lake in Old Hickory, just outside of Nashville. We brought our lily pad, which we lugged this thing all the way from California to Tennessee because it's so fun for lake days. It's a real crowd pleaser as well. My next tip is to enjoy peaceful hobbies. Choose some hobbies that you enjoy, that bring you joy. And I love to try all sorts of different things. I love to play piano. I love to sew. I love art. I love crafts. I love DIYs. I like to knit in the winter. I like to try new things. I always love to keep my mind busy, and it just keeps me excited about life. I've never been a big Lego person. I play Legos with my kids, but recently I've been really into these floral Legos, and I got this set off of Amazon. It was a day that we were just kind of chilling. My boys were doing a Lego set. I decided to do Legos as well, and it was so much fun, and they turned out so pretty. And so I like to do this listening to an Audible audiobook or have something on in the background, or like today, we didn't have anything on at all. It was just a Lego day where we were playing with Legos. Of course, in the summer, it's important to stay hydrated, but it's also fun to enjoy some beautiful summer drinks like iced tea or lemonade. Today, I'm pulling out some butterfly pea flowers from my herbal cabinet. I'm going to make some butterfly pea tea, and if you don't know about this beautiful flower, it's extremely rich in antioxidants, rare flavonoids, and polyphenols, highly rich in minerals. So it is believed to be great for hair health, skin health, eye health, and even stress relief by giving the body a calming effect. Some may say it's even a bit of a beauty elixir. Starting with a teaspoon of flowers, you want to start small, especially if you are new to it or if you have any health concerns or you're on any medications. Be sure that you speak with your doctor before trying any herbal remedies or new teas. I'm also going to be making some homemade lemonade, and we're going to be adding the cooled down tea to the lemonade, and you're going to see how cool it looks when you mix the beautiful butterfly pea flowers with acidity. So I'm going to put this recipe in the description. It's very easy muddled lemonade, so delicious for the summer. My kids absolutely love lemonade, so I'm going to make a pitcher of it, and then I'm also going to make some really fun ice cubes with some of the edible flowers that I am growing in my garden. A lot of people enjoy butterfly pea tea on its own. However, it does have kind of an earthy taste, so it's really nice to add to lemon water or lemonade, or even to different recipes that you can make. And I'll share another recipe in an upcoming video. But it turns this beautiful purple color when it is met with acidity. So it's also kind of a fun little science project to show kids as well. My next tip is to be intentional with entertainment. I know there are a lot of things that pull our attention. There's a lot of social media apps and a lot of things to be watching or paying attention to. One habit that I am really trying to implement and also model to my kids is to choose entertainment that is actually educational. So not only is it entertaining, but it's teaching you something as well. And so this summer, I actually invested in Masterclass. It's something I've really enjoyed. It's a combination of almost like a documentary meets a class. It averages out to about $10 a month, so it does have a cost, but I canceled my Hulu memberships and some of my other memberships. I felt like I was getting sucked into a lot of content that wasn't really serving me. I didn't really enjoy it. I wasn't learning from it. So I love that with these classes, I watch a lot of the cooking classes. So I've watched Thomas Keller's, which my husband used to work for Thomas Keller back when we lived in California. He opened his Beverly Hills restaurant. My husband was one of the chefs at the opening of that restaurant. I watched Alice Waters, and there's Gordon Ramsay, and there's all sorts of great classes. I love to listen to audiobooks on Audible. I also like YouTube channels that are educational. I love the channels that offer some sort of takeaway, that try to educate, and there's something you can learn and be inspired by. So that's great too, because it's free content. There's nothing I have to do to pay for that. So I love that as well. The other tip for the summer and for summer self-care is herbal remedies and herbal beauty treatments. You can make all sorts of beautiful things with herbs like rosemary. If you just boil some rosemary and let it cool down, you can use that as a beautiful scalp treatment and a scalp rinse. I like to use this bottle. You can cool it down and it's nice and refreshing as like a cooling hair rinse or hair treatment. I also love calendula. I grow calendula in my garden, and I've made different balms that are great for the skin, especially in the summer if you have bug bites. Calendula is just one of those flowers that is very healing to the skin. And I also love to put flowers in my bath and take a calendula and Epsom salt bath. So I love to use herbs from my garden to create all sorts of different beauty rituals, routines, and homemade DIY beauty products. I have lots of videos on my channel where I've made a variety of different things, from soaps to balms to you name it, and I'll continue to share those types of videos. So be sure that you're subscribed. I will link a few of those types of videos below, but I'd love to share that type of content, and let me know if you want to see some more of that type of content in the future. I like to use a scalp treatment pretty much throughout the year, so I would say I don't necessarily use this just in the summer, but I like to put a little bit of this rosemary oil in my scalp and rub it in, and then I like to put my hair back, and I usually will clean the house for a little bit or do some sort of chores or just kind of let that sit in my hair for about 30 minutes. And then I wash it out really good. I do a really nice wash. And then I have my summer self-care ritual where, sometimes in the fall and the winter, when I'm wearing long pants, I just will not shave my legs for like a really long time. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, but like I'll just kind of like let it be. You know what I mean? But in the summer, I have my ritual. I do the shavings of all the things, every other day or so to keep everything nice and smooth, because it's all exposed in the summer. I love body oils, but in the summer, I really love a shower oil because it's not as heavy It kind of lathers into a nice body wash almost, and it really leaves your skin looking and feeling absolutely beautiful. So I've been loving this in the summer. It smells divine, and instead of getting out of the shower and slathering my body in oil, which I often do in the fall and the winter months, I like to use this instead. It's just lighter weight, and I'm also going to be using my rosemary rinse, which is really nice. I hear that this is supposed to help with hair growth as well. At the very least, it smells fantastic and it is good for your scalp. Then upon exiting the shower and doing my head to toe self-care ritual, which I try to do, I do skincare every day, and in the summer that includes vitamin C serum in the morning, a lightweight moisturizer, and then sunscreen. Back when I worked in the skincare industry, we used to call vitamin C serum the Brighten, Lighten, and Tighten, the BLT. And I especially love vitamin C in the summer months. So if you can find a good vitamin C serum and a lightweight moisturizer that's perfect for the summer, I like to use a little bit of concealer just to conceal the little spots I do get on my face. I tend to get spots around my lip creases and also on my chin. So I just put a little bit of this Mob concealer. I love Mob Beauty. They have recycled packaging. They're actually local here in Nashville. I really like their makeup. I recently started using OG makeup. It's organic makeup. It's beautiful. It smells amazing. And I really love their Crystal Contour collection. It comes with these 3 products. It's a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. And it's all cream based. It has a magnetic top. So I'll do the bronzer first. It looks really dark, but it blends absolutely beautiful. I even put a little bit above my eyelid, and so I don't use like eyeshadow or anything. I just use these 3 products. I blend it in, then I use a little bit of the blush. Sometimes I use the highlighter, sometimes I don't. It kind of depends. But on most days, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna use the bronzer and the blush and a little bit of mascara. Lately, I've been loving this brown mascara. I find that's a little bit more subtle for everyday wear. And again, if I'm staying home, I don't ever wear makeup. But if I'm going to be going out, I like to put just a little bit. This blush, the bronzer, mascara, and I like the OG lip oil. It's very subtle. It's almost like a chapstick. And it's very hydrating to the lips, but it adds just a little bit of color. And I find that this just wakes me up. It makes me look healthy. And then I have this fantastic Mob palette that I put together. You could do custom palettes. And I really like this little glitter balm that they have. I'll use that like I wore that on the 4th of July. It's pretty subtle, but it's really pretty. So if I ever want to go with a little bit of glitter on the top of my cheeks or on my collarbone, or I just want to have fun with glitter, I will use that. And then I, on most days, let my hair dry naturally. I don't blow dry it. It's just too hot. But what I will do sometimes if I don't want to fuss with my hair is I'll just put it in 2 braids and then put it back into a little bun. And then when I take it out, I have these kind of natural waves and I can style it with a headband or, just brush it out and I'll have these really pretty summery waves that I like as well. So that's a really simple kind of self-care makeup routine that I implement in the summer months so I look and feel my best. I dress pretty casual on most days and get ready pretty quick. I love American Eagle jeans and a tank top, a headband, and some sandals in the summer. So that completes my self-care routine for the summer and everything that I'm trying to do holistically from head to toe to take care of myself. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week for another new video. Bye.